Two in. Good day, podcasters, and welcome to the Nostalgia Blend. I am your host, Wandering Saunders, and I have a special friend, and I would call him for the co-host for the day. I'm going to let him interview him. Go ahead and set himself up right here, right now. Go ahead, man.
How's it going, everybody? On the Nostalgia Blend podcast, this is Young Phil from the Distant Starting podcast.
So if you guys want to know what that is, it's another podcast. He's an awesome guy. I actually got to this time to guys told you on the first episode. I got to work with them to walk the actors to and from their panels.
Yeah.
What's an awesome thing is that working with these guys, they're like me, like laid back. You're like, you know what? The heck with it. Gonna go with the flow. Don't even deal with having to mess with things. And so this year, this is a special edition, back to school. I can't believe it. School started, and it's like barely. It's gonna be in the middle of the week next week, almost.
Well, welcome back to school, kids.
Yes, welcome back to school.
Hold on. Hold on. The kids are excited. Oop, wrong one. That one. There we go. They're excited to go back to school.
Oh yeah, there they are. You know what's that part? I do kind of miss school, but I don't.
Mhm.
I'll tell you what. One, I was a school mascot. Okay, my freshman year, I got to go to the school dances with the senior cheerleaders.
Nice.
That's right. Held the door open for everybody. Held the rope up for the cheerleaders. I went back to my old school. They have a fence around the state of the area towards the like football field, towards where you have the track. So they no longer have that rope. That's what they used to use for the cheerleaders. Now they have to walk all the way around or through that fence. Schools nowadays look like prisons. To be honest, I heard from a friend who used to be who had been to prison.
Mhm.
He said prison food is better than school food now.
Yeah, I mean, times were changing, man.
Oh yeah. All right, especially changing. So what was some of the newer what's been happening with some of the cons that you've gone to? Any new things?
I mean, as usual, we're hosting a lot of the interviews, getting a chance to interact with a lot of the local places and communities that we're in. Um, it's nice and it's fun going to all these different places, especially when we go to places that we haven't been to. Like the last show we did was in Pasco, Washington, and that was our first time going out to that area. It was a fun time getting to kind of hang out in the area and see what is out there, but then also hang out with a couple of the guests and everything like that. This weekend we've got Anna Medford back up in Medford, Oregon. Are you going to be at that show?
I'm try. Um, I had to be very careful, but I received a special something from them actually. Uh, multipass.
Nice. Yeah.
Like it's what would you consider uh maybe a lifetime
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
purple badge?
The Forever Pass.
Yes.
Yeah. So that
Which is
gives you access to every Colossus Girl show that they do, which they
okay. So I'm surprised when I received it.
Mhm.
I'm like, did I do something wrong? So like I contacted like the boss
Yeah.
and asked her. It's like, no, no, she's promotion. Like, I'm like, I read the letter. I'm like, it doesn't sound like it. I'm just like, I did some wrong or something. No, you're fine. I'm like, it's So I'm like, I showed it to my mom and my sister. They read the letter like, did you do something wrong? No, I don't think so. I'm like, I know I did say, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this next year because of the way I felt. I'm like, I was like, I did something wrong or something. But they're like, no, she even said, no, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, they were probably just sending you a forever pass. I mean, if you didn't already have one, they were just like, hey,
Yeah.
he does all of our shows as it is, whether he's a volunteer or not. So they just kind of gave you the
They
probably,
want to make it easier for me. 'Cause you
yeah.
saw how it was a little for breathing.
Mhm.
Because they were afraid that, just in case I couldn't volunteer
Yeah,
anymore. Something.
to make sure you can still go to shows. I mean, I see
Mhm.
that as a good thing. Like if you get a forever pass in the mail.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I see it now like that. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, that's like a huge deal.
Yeah, because I mean, those forever passes, they've gone up in price since they first came out. They're about $120 now. I think they're 140 now.
Uh-huh.
So $140 for this lifetime pass to go to any Colossus Scroll show. Now you have options like if you're willing to go drive out to any of the other places, like if you want to go to Bend, Oregon, or
Mm-hmm.
two shows in Medford, which is closer to you.
Yep.
Uh, if
Yep.
you drive, what is it, 5 hours out to Boise and go to Boise and do a show there, like you can go and do these, and especially the bigger shows that they have, like in Boise and in Reno,
Mm-hmm.
some big shows that they have in the year. So
Yeah, so like my mom and I are like next year we're thinking on see if we can do the San Diego Con.
well, San Diego Comic Con, that's because that's a different Comic Con. So I mean, if you guys are going to go to that, awesome, but it's not part of Colossus Girl. So
No. That's different. That's different. I'm like, I'm still gonna do that.
yeah, yeah.
Colossus Scroll. But try something, go like do different cons because as a podcaster, I'm trying to get my range open and
Yeah.
stuff because I actually have to keep contact with the three of the actors.
Mhm.
I was not able to wrangle up a small thing for the other two actresses because of course the management stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I mean, the things happen, especially when you're dealing with bigger studios and people,
Uh-huh.
everything like that. Um, yeah, man, it's fun when you start going to other shows. So like this coming weekend is our last show with Colossus Girl for the year.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
because Anna Medford is their last show of the year, so then and
Mm-hmm.
hiatus until Gem State next year. And the following weekend, so we're driving we're driving 5 hours up north to go to Medford, and then the next weekend we're driving 6 hours down to LA.
Oh, what are you guys gonna do in LA? Which
The
shows down
next
that way?
we're doing LA Comic Con, which is our biggest show of the year.
Oh,
LA Comic Con is
nice.
our big show. It's usually where we get a lot of the big celebrities. Is where we get a lot of we meet a lot of indie creators, and we get indie creators for the show. So yeah, that's one of our bigger shows that we do is LA Comic Con. And then next month we have two shows which are also big shows. We're doing Fandom Con in San Jose, which is going to have a massive amount of guests. And about 2 weeks later is our last show that we have planned for the year, and that's going to be at that's in San Francisco, and that is Fan Expo. Uh,
Nice.
Good chance that our executive producer might be he's trying to see if he can get hook us up with doing panels at Phantom Con or at Fan
Nice.
Expo. And Fan Expo's got like everybody's going to be there. It's ridiculous the amount of people that are going to be on that are on that list.
Oh, nice. All right. We're gonna do it. Okay, so just to let everybody know, Nostalgia Planet, they these shows I've seen videos.
Mhm.
I'm like they've even shown videos on YouTube, Facebook, and they even have a few pictures. If you ever get a chance, you want to do that type of stuff, go to the website for these cons, or get Facebook, go to the Facebook page, look them up. It's an aw- it's a blast to go to cons.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. If you're somebody who is afraid to go to a Comic Con, you don't kind of know, you've always wanted to go to one, but you don't know if you should go. We run into a lot of people like that. That like, man, I've always wanted to go to a Comic Con, but they assume San Diego Comic Con is the only show. and we have to explain to people like, no, almost a con every weekend, depending on whether you're willing to drive or not. The thing,
Yes.
whether it's a big show, small show, anything like that, going to a lot of these shows, it's a blast, man. Even if you don't meet any of the celebrities, it's seeing all the people in cosplay or looking at all of the vendors that are there, and seeing, people, everything from people who have like gem comic books to like memorabilia that you haven't seen. I've seen people who have original 1980s like Transformers, GI Joes,
Ooh.
Ninja Turtles, like things like that. And it's so cool to see that stuff, I've got a Kenner R2D2 action figure,
Oh,
and
nice.
that's a big deal if you're in the collector world, I have a Kenner R2D2 still in the packaging.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, like things like that, I mean, I'm right behind me right there. That's my comic wall right there, and I've got nothing but like comics and pops on that. I mean, like, that's essentially, it's fun going to cons and just seeing people's creativity and seeing what people do, whether it's a small con or a big con. You're gonna
Mm.
run into nothing but creative people, and
And that's what I love about these about cons. It's that you can actually go, like, even if you don't want to meet the actors or something. Let's say if you're like it's a 2 day con or a 3 day con. You go to the first day, you're gonna go, you're gonna check in, boom. And you're just gonna check out the outside area for a little bit, then go up to your hotel room, come back down, go inside, check all of the inside. Then you decide the final day, you know what? I think I'll go to a couple of the panels and meet the actors.
Mhm.
Like it's the decision that you get to make for
Right.
yourselves instead of relying on others. So that kind of reminds me of
Mhm.
getting to getting to go ahead and choose what you want to wear,
Yeah.
what you want to study. Hint, hint, back to schoolers. Enjoy, enjoy your years because once you hit our age, you're gonna wish you could go back in time.
Or you end up like me and you do go back in time and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm almost 40-year-old man. And I still act like I'm in my teens. It's great.
Hey, I'm 42, so yeah, I do the same thing. So yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, when we are on the subjects, if you can go back in time
Mhm.
to your say seventh grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, eighth grade, freshman year, what would you do on that first day of school that would change your life that day until the
I
last day of school?
I would probably tell myself to embrace myself fully rather than having to worry about what everybody in high school thought and everything like that. Like I've told this story many times. I played football in high school and played sports in high school to hide that. Like I played the jock role in order to hide that I was a nerd. And like I feel like if I would have just fully embraced myself back then, and just said like, just don't care don't worry about what these people think, because when you're in your late 20s, 30s, uh, it's gonna reverse and people are gonna be like, oh man, I want to know about your nerdy stuff and like I want to know about comic books and all this other stuff. I want to know more about anime. I feel like I was able to fully embrace and be myself in my late 20s and my 30s. And it's like, just embrace that early, and be your full self as early as possible. Like a lot of people, you hear about the term peaking in high school, right? There are guys and girls that peak in high school. And the thing is that you have an entire life ahead of you guys. Those 4 years are not going to define your entire life. Uh, they may define your young adulthood, but they're not going to define your entire life. Embrace yourself and be your full weird self. Embrace your weirdness because that is a part of you, and you should always embrace your like who you are and your full self.
Awesome, awesome. Let's see here. Where can they find the podcast? What, like, which are you guys located on? What things? So they can tune in, they can like subscribe and all that good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, as far as where you can find us on Tuesdays, we do a show called The Download from 6:30 to 8:30, where we talk news, rumors, all of the different things that are going on in the nerd world. Thursdays, we do a show called The Build, where I build Lego and we interview interesting people, everything from celebrities to indie creators. That goes from 6 to 8 Pacific Standard Time. And then Fridays, we have a new show called The Buzzer, which is all game show stuff. And it's like, we just did Jeopardy last night, where, we're doing Jeopardy. We do Jackbox games where we get our audience involved and everything like that. And the buzzer has been fun because we've been getting people from like different celebrity podcasters coming on. So we've got people from Screen Crush, from New Rock Stars, a bunch of different people from some of the bigger channels that are out there just coming and hanging out with us and doing stuff. Chad the Bird hangs out with us now, and it's awesome to have him coming on and cracking all the jokes that he cracks. So that's where you can find us. That is on YouTube. And again, that's pretty much around 6 to 6:30 on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. As far as the podcast goes, you can find us on every podcast platform. So if there's a podcast platform that is out there, good chance that we're on it. If we're not on it, let us know, and I'll find a way to get us on there. And of course, all the social media places. So if you want to connect with us, tell us what you're nerding out on. If you want us to talk about a particular subject, and you're like, hey, I want to hear your guys' take on whatever it is that you're in on. You can message us on all the social media places: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, Blue Sky, all those places, all at Distance Nerding. Or you can send us an email at distancenerding@aol.com, and then we'll make sure that we get back. If it's a comment, we usually read it on the show.
There we go. There you go, you guys. Got me. I'm on one called BuzzFeed, which once I get an episode done, it'll expand it to different ones for me.
Mhm.
I have Instagram. It's under the same name. Uh, I have an X, which I gotta fix. It's somehow, yeah, I somehow got messed up or something. See what else here. Of course, got my Facebook page that you gotta be invited. Of course, I have my TikTok, which is just under this my name you see popping up there on the screen. And just put the one, boom, you'll find me.
Awesome.
But yeah, trying to think here. What is the future? What do you guys see for the future?
What do we see for the future, like the general future, or for the future of the podcast?
Both.
Both. The general future. We are just trying to survive and grow, man. So that the whole thing's we've been doing this for 4 years. We're just trying to continue to grow our viewers, our viewership, our audience, our participation. We just hit 500 subscribers on YouTube, which means we're gonna
Nice.
give the prizes away pretty soon. We're gonna be doing a subscriber only stream, so that'll be fun. We're trying to figure out what day to do that on, just because I just got the prizes, so I need to give all that away. Uh, as far as what's future for us, again, we have a whole bunch of live appearances for the rest of the month here. Anna Medford this weekend, September 21st, 20th and 21st in Medford, Oregon. We're also going to be at CrockerCon in Sacramento on September 21st. We're pulling double duty. LA Comic Con, September 26th through the 28th. Fandom Con is November 7th through the 9th in San Jose. And Fan Expo SF is going to be November 28th through the 30th. So, I mean, we've got a whole bunch of shows coming up, live appearances that we're going to be doing, as well as panel hosting and everything like that. So
Awesome.
always trying to keep it moving and keep creating content, as well as just trying to entertain, because that's really what we want to do. We want to entertain in a way that is inclusive and fun for everybody.
That's awesome. 'Cause I know next year, so it sounds like I have to get with Dave and Marlena. I can give free tickets for the Comic Con for next year. Sounds
Mhm.
like.
Yeah.
with the podcast. I had to get a hold of Dave, set up a thing for him so I can interview him in January
Mm.
because I'm going to be setting up to interview hopefully the three actors that you had all in the panel at the con at the last this past Metal Arc.
Yeah, and those guys are all fun, man. If we're talking about Dan Southworth and all the guys that we had on the Mortal Kombat panel, yeah, all those
Our
guys.
C3PO, we had
Yeah, Chris Bartlett's awesome, man.
um
I love Chris.
I got to keep him in the loop. Not the one who played in Power Rangers, but the other two. One who also did Mortal Kombat voices.
Right. Escaping me right now.
The one from Squid Games,
Right.
and I'm trying to remember the other gentleman's name.
I got you here. Give me a second. I'm pulling up my list.
Oh, I got my list here too. Here we go.
It was Vic Chow and Tom Choi.
Yes,
Yeah. Which again,
yes.
both awesome guys.
Mm.
Both Vic surprised me at how funny he is.
I heard.
Yeah. And Tom was, I mean, he's also great. Like just the conversations we had with Tom Choi were really fun. But I mean, Vic Chow also was a stand-up comedian before he got into all this stuff. So it's like, yeah, there were a couple times where he just like his dry wit was really good.
Uh, they're really nice. What threw me for the loop was when I took Dan. Dan was joking with me,
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I'm mad at you," type thing. He was only joking. Just
Yeah, no, Dan's very dry. And
yes.
that was our second time doing an interview with Dan. We did an interview with him at Power Morphicon last year. And we picked up on it back then. He's just got a very dry sense of humor. But I mean, he's also that guy's also done so much martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
We if you were there for that interview, we nerded out on martial arts for like probably like the first half of the interview.
Oh man.
You just see him kind of like go bright eyes and open up once we start talking about a couple of the masters and stuff and people that he studied under and like just like the minute he mentioned who his master was, I was like, so how did it feel to be that close to Bruce Lee when you grow up?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, like you grew up a Bruce Lee fan and your master was the direct student of Bruce Lee, and he was like, dude, it's amazing.
I've always, to be honest with you,
Mhm.
like if I hadn't have my disabilities, if you hadn't seen me, I look at my stomach. If I was still looking as skinny as possible, I would have gone ahead and tried to see if I could get into martial arts
Mhm.
with a guy who was uh Chuck Norris's stunt double
Nice.
for Walker, Texas Ranger,
Yeah.
who's on, and of course we all know Chuck Norris played a villain against Bruce Lee.
Yep. But it's the only legitimate guy that can say that like Bruce Lee's the only legitimate person that can say they beat Chuck Norris.
Yes, yes. I'm like, someone make up a joke. I'm like, I bet you it would make people laugh and think at the same time. There was one thing that Dan had said that I'm like, wow. I'm like, first time I actually have an actor be fully open. So I asked him about, wow. So I always like to work with Jason, Jason David Frank. He said, oh, you mean the in the Forever Red? Like, yeah. He said he was so nice.
Hmm.
And the thing that he said, and which I can tell he was painful to remember, but he said, but I should have been nicer.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about JDF and how nice he was. Some of the I had some adjacent experiences, so where I didn't actually get to like talk to him, interview or anything like that, but just kind of seeing him in some of the halls. I saw him at LA Comic Con a couple of months before he passed, and he was just cracking jokes the whole time. He hopped up on top of his table and just started screaming something out at random. Like he seemed like he was such a fun guy, you know,
Yes.
and
So I'm like, it's going to be 3 years in November.
yeah,
We're gonna make a quick announcement here.
yeah, yeah.
To any of your kids listening, teenagers, young adults, if you're listening to this podcast, or if you're listening to Distancing Learning podcast, we will say it. Both of them, us will say it at one at a time. If you need help, go to your parents. If you don't think your parents are going to be helpful with those thoughts that are going on in your head, trust me, they are. Go to your family,
I'm I'm
find a
gonna take
teacher.
that. I'm gonna take that a step further. So not just go to your family, go to somebody.
Yes,
So
go to
so
somebody.
yeah, it's find somebody you're comfortable with and talk to them because the thing is or if you are somebody and you suspect one of your friends is going through something hard like that, the saying that we have, I'm an army veteran, and in the army, they're statistically 22 veterans take their lives a day.
Hmm.
And one of the things that they preach to us is not only if you've got something going on, go talk to somebody, but also check in on your happy friends because your friends who are the happiest are usually the ones who are suffering the worst because they're masking, they're hiding it. You know, if it, Jason David Frank, like I said, was somebody who seemed like he was, you know, happy and loving life, but in reality, he was dealing with something very dark. And he hit that threshold and he took his own life, unfortunately. And
Yes.
you know, the whole thing is you know, you may not your parents may not be your outlet. Your parents, you may not be able to talk about that kind of thing with your parents, or you may feel that your parents are you're afraid to talk to your parents because of how they will react. But you have a school counselor, you have your friends, you have other people who you can reach out to. A family friend or something. You know, just talk to somebody. You know, do not allow that to fester inside of yourself so that you act on those kind of things. You
Yeah.
know, reach out to somebody, reach
Yeah.
out to and allow somebody to help you with that kind of thing because everybody needs help, regardless of whether you want to admit it or not.
Yes. We're almost gonna be having to go soon, but I'm gonna finish this out. I'm gonna help take that a little more. Hey guys, instead of going online looking for people, you've got those hands. Grab a buddy, grab them. Say, can we talk? They're like, about what? They get snotty. Say, can we talk? Serious, serious, vocal, plain and simple. And to you, sir, thank you for your service.
Appreciate that.
And to all those who are listening, thank you for your service. And all the parents, keep an eye on your kids because your kids are going to need you through this time frame of what's happening. Nothing political, just saying. Before we end this, I know a secret about Chris Bartlett. He told me
Okay.
I'm not going to give it because I made a promise to him.
Okay.
He swore me by the oath of a Jedi.
Okay.
That's how big the secret is. I have to get in contact with him to see if he wants to do May the 4th. And I've got to find out from our other friend that we have, who's also a Star Wars. I had to get hold of Dave, see if I can interview them both.
Mhm.
And if Chris will allow me to reveal the secret, I will do that. dude, I might message you as long as it's between us. But
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
yeah, no, no, no. So, but before we go, uh, one last thing. Uh, what was your favorite studies? What was your favorite thing in high school?
Oh God. That gets difficult. I've always been a history buff. I always enjoyed like history, especially the way that some of my teachers taught it. My funny enough, my defensive line coach was also my history teacher,
Oh,
uh,
nice,
U.S. history teacher, and he did like really interactive things, like we recreated trials and things like that, and it was fun stuff. The way that he kind of taught the class. So I mean, I've always been, if anything, I would gravitate towards history as well as my senior year. My government econ teacher was amazing, and that kind of got me into economics and politics and things like that. So
nice. I bet you had a good-looking teacher you had a crush on.
I did, I did. If we're gonna go to that specifically, it was she was my health teacher.
Mine was my gym teacher slash health teacher when I was in junior high.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And only because she was only like a couple years older than us, so it was just like, oh man.
Dude, I know, right? Uh, before I end this, what is one of the cons are you looking forward to for next year?
For next year, oh, Gem State every year. Gem State Comic Con is always the between Gem State Comic Con and LA Comic Con. Those are the two biggest shows that I look forward to every year. Mostly because Gem State is one of our big, like interview cons and everything like that. It's always a fun time. Going out to Boise and things like that. We've got kind of we've been talking with Colossus Girl about maybe doing some offsite events for that next year. So that could be fun. And the involvement, the level of involvement they give us is a blessing, man. It's fun. And LA Comic Con, just because again, that's our chance to meet a lot of the big celebrities. We get a lot of clout there with the promotion team that's there. They tend to push interviews our way, which is pretty awesome. It makes us feel like we're a lot more important than we are. So, I always appreciate that. So those are the
There
two
you go.
that I look forward to is always Gem State Comic Con, LA Comic Con. Gem State Comic Con is always our first show of the year as well. So I'm always excited.
Awesome, awesome. Alrighty. I want to say once again, thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
This is your host, Wandering Saunders, and you are listening to the Nostalgia Blend. Stay tuned for episode 3. It'll be sometime between uh 2 weeks or it's gonna be next month. Depends on how things go. So,
All right.
alrighty.
Dave, always a pleasure, man.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.